Oh, hell, I ain't got nothing better to do. Might as well start the show. Hi, guys. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope everybody's having a great day out there. Why does my phone do this now? Starting like a week ago, my phone at night it goes into what it calls nighttime mode, and not like a dark background, but everything looks like it's been pissed on. It uses a yellow light instead of the normal white, and it looks like hell. And I have to turn it off every day. Stop trying to save me from myself. I'm okay with bright lights. Hey guys, Ben. I've had a rough few days, not worth talking about. Nothing horrible, but nothing fun either. But I'm happy. As always, man. That's what I look for in life because it's all you really can. I found out, did you guys know? This is a weird thing. Did y'all know celery is kind of like catnip? I did not know that, but my cat really likes all kinds of green vegetables. She loves to smell them and she'll eat lettuce. And of course, all cats like to eat grass and stuff. But I was having some lettuce or some celery, and my cat starts pawing at it, and then she sneezed all over it, so I had to throw it away. What's up, Bubba? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm pretty good, just telling people about my cat. But
With celery, yeah.
yeah. So I had more celery, so I cut some more up, and I kept her away from it this time, but I gave her a piece of it. And she just kind of looks at it, and then she starts rolling around like cats do with catnip. I was like, "What the fuck?" And so I looked it up, and yeah, they share a common chemical. It doesn't have the chemical in it that makes cats go really nuts, but kind of similar. And so my cat is rolling around, just throwing this piece of celery all over the place. Like, what? Okay, weird. The things you learn because you have a cat that you actually pay attention to.
Hmm.
So go out there, ladies and gentlemen. Give your cats some celery. See how they react. Bubba, how you been, man? We haven't really got to talk in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's been a few months minus the cooking.
Yeah, we just did a cooking stream together, and that was a lot of fun. I always like games like that where we can get more than a couple of people together trying to I want to say get a common goal, though that's not always what happens in those situations.
I will say I got you guys wrangled together.
Yeah, we definitely, excuse me, concentrated more, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Alan, thank you so very much. Was 54 on 4/3/1970. I feel like you were born on 4/3/1970. Because if you were 54, then you're like 108 now. I'm just doing the math in my head. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Was it me?
birthday to Alan.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Alan,
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy birthday. I should have actually counted down so you knew to sing, but that way it actually sounded more like we were like one of those groups where there's somebody in the background, kind of like in Wanted Dead or Alive, Richie Sambora, or however you say his name. Wanted. In the background is John singing. Anyway, happy birthday, sir. I hope you had a good one. 54, man. That's coming up quick for me. I was actually thinking about this just a little bit ago that I'm going to be, the world will have had me for half a century next year. Half a century a monkey. That's a lot of me, man.
I had my 35th year birthday while you were on hiatus for a few days.
35. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Damn, man. Alan, thank you so much. He says, thank you, guys. You're welcome, sir. Seriously, hope you have a good one. Monkey sings his own backup live. Not the first time I've ever done that. When was your birthday, man? You don't have to give the
Uh,
exact date, like within
oh
like the
no,
last 2 weeks.
I'll give you the exact date, March 20th.
Oh, damn. Damn. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday back on March 20th. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Mine is coming up. Mine is what is it? 18 days away
422.
now. Yeah, 422. It's coming. And yeah, the last year I'm not 50. I remember being a kid, man. This seems so old to me. when I was like, thinking back to when I'm 10, like 50 sounded like, damn, didn't he die?
Ancient.
And now it's like, I don't feel so old. I mean, my body does, of course, but um, I don't feel. Everybody, do you feel older? On your birth, do you feel any older? No, not really.
Yes and no.
Physically,
My
sure.
my mind does not feel older. Yeah,
The
the
other
body.
dude, the other day I woke up twice because of a fucking calf cramp. So bad that I had to stand up and stand on it to get it to unfreeze.
Oh yeah. Yep, been there.
I never had that shit happen when I was a kid. Actually, I never started having that issue until, all of this happened and I'm less active and stuff, which I guess makes sense. But it's those kind of things that make me feel old, not my birthday.
The accidental toe point, and you just
Oh, it
there's a
went
cramp.
dead out of his sleep. I've actually scared Lady Monkey because it is so painful. And I can't even grab it and pull it. I've tried. I have to actually stand on it. I got strong calf muscles, and I'm like, nah, fuck you, man. Anyway,
Yep.
so I want to talk about so many things tonight, but none of them like really important. I want to talk about like Fresh and Fit. Did you see what was going on with those two idiots? Well, one of the
I
idiots.
have not.
Okay, Fresh and Fit. We've talked about them before. Myron and I don't remember the other one's name. But they do their little podcast where they tell men to treat women like dirt, and they bring on stupid women to prove that women are stupid. Oddly enough, every time they look for dumb women show up.
No, what a surprise.
Well, the less funny but has more hair guy, he goes by Fresh, I believe. He's Fresh. Fit is the balding one, Myron. Well, there was a leak today where his personal life has come to our attention. Turns out Mr. Fresh here knocked up his woman and then decided to leave. And she's like, I want to keep the baby. And he's like, nah, just take a pill and get rid of it. And
Oh, so
there's,
hypocrite. Gotcha.
well, not necessarily a hypocrite because I've never heard him tell people to, stay with their baby mama. And he said, I told you I didn't want to have a baby. And she's like, but you kept, splooging in me. And he's like, I didn't realize that would cause a baby. Actually, he didn't say that, but I mean, bruh, seriously, gentlemen, if you don't want to have a baby, stop shooting your loading chicks. All right. Just knock it off.
At
And
least have a good pull-out game. Come on now.
if you're running around like that, you're going to catch something nasty on your wiener, man. You're lucky you're just catching a baby. A baby's the easy one, man. You get some herpes or some syphilis, you're going to have a bad day. What about anal? I mean, I guess you could do it that way. Or oral? Sure. My thing is not in her vagina. Any guy who's blasting a load in a chick and being like, I can't believe she got pregnant. This is not new science. It's not like we're still trying to figure out how babies are made.
This is like 4th grade health class.
Yeah. If you shoot it up in there. But there's some text messages between the two of them. And even though she's not asking for money or anything, he's like, there's no money left. We ain't got no money left. Yeah, it's all gone. She's not the one you have to convince, homie. You got to convince the judge. Why these guys are still popular, I'll never know. It's actually pretty easy, Ebony. There is a glut out there. There's how do I put this? Young men. There's a problem with young men having masculine role models. We just don't have many. There's so few. Everything has been so feminized. You really can get in touch with your feelings. So anytime you have guys who stand up and like, it's okay to be a guy, especially if you go to the extreme. And so they get big like that. And then when there is pushback on them and people point out, some of the worst things they do, like having an admitted rapist on your show and laughing about it. Some people pull back, but the others just go into the, I can't believe they're attacking these guys. They're victims now. It's a mechanism that happens not just with this kind of thing, but with all kinds of entertainment, especially that people enjoy. They will defend it no matter what it is, no matter how bad it is, like because it's their thing, and they'll eventually fade as somebody else pops up and takes their place. Frank, thank you so much. Thanks for the belated birthday song. 38 feels weird. Body fat percent and muscle. I think I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. Blood tests are all good, but still more aches than 20 years ago. I hope you're doing better and have a good Easter. Thank you. Thank you. I had a great Easter. I really did. It was wonderful, except for all the pain, but you know, that's just par for the course. And Retro, thank you so very much.
All right.
Thank you, Retro. Was going to list all the disasters of the last 2 days, but character limits. Welcome back, Monkey. The Earth needs you awake. Oh, dude, did you see where was it that the earthquake was? Taiwan?
Oh, did Taiwan have an earthquake?
Dude, there's pictures. Oh, I don't care about Fresh and Fit anymore. The only thing, real quick, that I wanted to say about that is the only surprising thing to me with him running around without covering up his junk is that he had a baby and not AIDS. So,
Or
yeah, yeah, right. Helps if I spell Taiwan right. I want to show pictures from this. Yeah, there we go. There's a good picture of it. Let me blow that up so we can put it on the screen. Oh, and Jack is here. Hey, Jack, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, fucker?
Hey, Jack.
How you doing, man?
Bubba. Oh, not bad. Other than you trying to start World War III and natural disasters.
Bubba, on the screen, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a picture from the Taiwan earthquake aftermath.
So
Y'all, that's
they're trying to recreate that Lean Tower Pisa, I guess. See?
Yeah, look at that. The amazing thing to me is that it's still standing like that. That is some incredible architecture.
It's a trap for people to get in to rescue people, and then it'll collapse.
Oh, man.
Like one of those cartoon boxes held up by a stick.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. There was another one, too. There's another building. It's a blue and white building. It's not leaning as bad as this one, at least in the pictures I've seen. This one is impressive.
Yeah.
This tells me, yeah, these guys realize they have a lot of earthquakes, so they planned for it.
And the thing is, people are still probably going to walk straight underneath that.
Right. Oh, God, did you see the one that happened earlier today where that piece of a crane fell on that car in Florida?
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
What am I saying to?
It's been a rough day rough couple of weeks for people in this. Let me see if I can find the pictures of that one.
Yeah, there was also an earthquake in Okinawa. They had a tsunami warning for a while.
Jesus, I missed that one. I didn't see. Yeah. I guess this is the best picture of it. Oh, pull this over here so I can blow it up and show folk. Yeah, so these people are driving along on this bridge, and this shit happens to their car. 1 died, 3 got injured. There was actually a second car behind them where their little piece fell on.
Ugh.
Yeah. And everybody's like, I hope they're all okay. Like, did you see this fucking thing? I mean, I'm glad that 3 are only injured and only 1 passed. I mean, it sucks that 1 passed, but everybody in that car could have died.
Yeah, the fact that only 1 passed is a miracle.
Yeah, and it's just a chunk of of these 2 cranes doing, the big crane work, the really big motherfuckers. And yeah, that fell on it. Can you imagine being that driver? Let's say you lived. You are driving down the road and that falls on your fucking car. Even if you didn't die from it hitting your car, you're going to have a heart attack. And you're never going to want to drive ever again.
A real Jesus take the wheel moment.
Yeah. Like, I'm not even going under underpasses anymore if this happens to me. Nothing above me while I plane starts flying over, I stop till it's gone. And I do wonder, like, if they heard it or saw it before it got there, you know? I don't know
that
how
conversation went something like, do you hear that? No, shut up.
I don't hear anything. Brown trousers as well, yeah.
God, absolutely, man. Brown trouser time, yeah.
Unfortunately, sadly, how soundproof we made our cars, they didn't hear shit.
You know what I've noticed? So, I mean, we drive the minivan. The minivan, there's a lot of road noise. And I don't know if it's just normal for the car company, but the last couple have been like that, where, you know, it used to be the thing, like, listen how quiet is inside this car.
I don't think that's a good marketing technique for this company anymore.
Nah, bro. What now? Who knew we needed automatic sensors to stop us from falling debris?
Well, I mean, do you really want to be warned before you die from a crane? Like, do you want that last minute of terror?
St. Fugi says Lizzo stamped her feet in anger. No one cared. She was quitting. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. She was throwing a little fit. She came out on March, at the end of March, after Biden's big fundraiser. And because people protested, she, I'm gonna quit. And then when nobody cared, she came out today and went, I didn't mean I was actually quitting. What I meant was I was quitting all the drama stuff. I don't care about the drama stuff no more. Like, literally nobody gave a shit that Lizzo was quitting. I saw somebody who was like, oh, I really love her voice. Okay, maybe. But there's lots of good voices out there. The only reason anybody cares about Lizzo is because she's a cow. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she's a joke. Who played James Madison's flute, which I find weirdly offensive somehow on a visceral level. Real fast though. Thank you, Alan, for the generous donation. You missed my birthday song. I was 54 on April 3rd. Get me next year, my friend. Oh, dude, I'm really sorry. We missed Alan's birthday.
If I do say so, it was one of my best renditions of Happy Birthday.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I'll hit you next year for sure. Just be sure to, of course, remind us. But sorry about that.
That's like 2 days ago. We can do it again.
We could sing to him again if you want to, Jack.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, Alan, this one's for you again. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hope you had a good one. Really, really do. Sing to Pink Dog, even though he's not here. If he shows up, I'll sing to him. I really will. Because, yeah, he turned 60 yesterday.
Right.
Wow.
The big 6-0. All right, Black Lives Matter.
Lawyer dog.
Lawyer dog. Got to have a lawyer dog in your life. Still one of the dumbest stories I've ever read.
I can't believe they did not. No, his rights weren't violated. He was asking for a dog that could practice law. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, we should touch on that. For people who don't know that story, we call P-Dog Knight, we've called him for a long time, Lawyer Dog. And it all started over this story. I forget where it was. I want to say Georgia, but don't quote me on that. Where this guy is being interrogated and he says, I need a lawyer dog. And they didn't give him a lawyer. So it goes through the trial and everything, and he's fighting it, going, none of that should count. I asked for a lawyer and you guys wouldn't give me one. And the court found, thank you so much, Alan, who says, LOL, love you guys. Love you back, my friend. The court ruled that he was asking for a lawyer dog and a canine. He's saying DAWG, I need a lawyer dog, a lawyer, comma, dog. And we don't, there's no shaggy DA here. And they upheld that shit.
Yeah.
It's a blatant
give it a little bit of
violation.
translation. I need a lawyer, my man.
Yeah, I need a lawyer, dude. And they're like, nah, man, I need a lawyer dog. He was asking for a pooch who practices law. That is, see, this is why when it comes to all the lawfare we're seeing being thrown around everywhere, I'm not surprised by any of it.
No, it's been getting stupid for a while.
Thank you again, Alan, who says, LOL, love you guys. Love you back. Love you back, my friend. But
Alan
real
is
quick.
good people.
Yeah, he is. Apparently, Assassin's saying there was a lot more to that lawyer dog story than what we think. That's possible, but that part was fucking dumb.
yeah, that part alone, I mean, that is the extent of it. Ricada said I could have a canine as a lawyer. He said it's legal. I mean, it's possible. I mean, do you really need that much training to be a lawyer?
I mean, dogs are more honest, so I'd trust the dog more.
Yeah, but that part of the ruling, I mean, if you have other things, because you know, you have the fruit of the poisonous tree if you get stuff. If they had other ways to prove it, or they're like, no, we had this as well, that's one thing, but you can still strike that part and go, no, that part wasn't right, which is what should have been done there, because they absolutely violated his rights.
Real quick, from 2 days ago, thank you, Dixie Rose, for the very generous donation. It was brought to my attention from another creator that the division of the U.S. started around the time Obama took office. I think Obama made racial tensions definitely worse.
You dipped a little
Everything
bit
was
when
like
you read that. Could you read it again?
Yeah. It was brought to my attention from another creator that the division of the U.S. started around the time that Obama took office.
That's a division?
I actually would go with the 2000 election, and probably even before that with the impeachment inquiry into Bill Clinton. That's where a lot of it really starts, and then you have the 2000 election where Democrats believe they were cheated, which leads us into Obama. And you're absolutely right about Obama and the race thing. That's where he really caused problems division wise.
Yeah. I think the racial, because even he was playing it up. You know, oh, it's because I'm black. I'm historic. Oh, I'm so special. He had such a massive ego. I think that definitely exacerbated things.
He also, I mean, there were many times where he should have stepped up and went, "No, guys, this isn't racial," and instead he just either played into it, you know, with like the beer summit nonsense, or Trevon could have been my kid, or he just stayed quiet, like with the oh, you just don't like Obamacare because he's black. Nobody liked it when it was Hillary Care either. Hillary Care was so unpopular, they stopped letting her speak publicly for a while. It was such a disaster. It brought, after 48 years, the Republicans took control of the House and Senate because of Hillary Care.
Mm-hmm.
No, you just don't like Obamacare because Obama's black. And that's when Obama should have, as a man, stood up and went, no, the fuck are you guys doing? They don't like it for other reasons. You can call him out for that. And instead, he just let all of his surrogates go out there and do that. So yeah, he's definitely responsible for a lot of the division, but that's not the start. It's really not.
Thank you, Dixie.
We got to talk about this BLM leader, Jack, because you know how much we love BLM around here.
Oh yeah, but first, it was Eagle's birthday.
Eagle, this one's for you, and a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday,
dear
Eagle.
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday, sir. Hope you have a great one or had a great one.
Dude's been around in chat for years.
Yes, he has. Long time viewer, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no, hang on. Thank you,
What?
Frosty Glass. Sorry, man. Sorry, but I got to ask, using the lawyer dog cops logic, if the suspect said, I need a lawyer, Naga, would they get calling a black lawyer?
That's an interesting question.
They probably would have. I mean, especially if this was in the South.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't allow that kind of thing around there.
Look, the guy probably did what he was accused of.
Oh, yeah, he totally looked like he did.
He probably belonged in jail, but unfortunately, the system screwed him because there's still the proper way you're supposed to do it. And you cannot let the government get away with not doing it properly, because then they're going to do it to you. So, yeah, sometimes that means bad guys get away. But that means the good guys have got to do the... What the hell's that?
I think that was Bubba farting.
Bubba, you farting over there?
I don't think I farted, but I will say that that's how you get a Freddy Krueger.
On the Gutenberg scale, where are you at, Bubba?
Bubba's about a 6.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He can still count to 10, so he's not quite, full Gutenberg.
All right.
I'm on 9 beers.
Damn, dude. All right, Black Lives Matter activist, world's sexiest albino. It's amazing how many of these people are white.
I'm sorry. Can you read that sentence
Yes.
again?
Black Lives Matter activist, world's sexiest albino, charged with fraud, misuse of $500,000 in donations.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Talcum X. I thought you were setting us up here.
No. This is actually an albino black man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's this does happen, guys. It's not very common, but there are black folks out there. Their entire family tree is black, and they're as white as I am.
I remember an article we read years ago about albinos being hunted in like Zimbabwe or something because of their magical properties.
Yep. They're the real magical Negroes.
Apparently.
Tyree Connors? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. Page, actor and self-proclaimed world's sexist albino who gained prominence as a Black Lives Matter activist, now is embroiled in controversy as he faces accusations that he stole $500,000. Jack, are you shocked by that?
Well, considering he is magical, he made the money disappear.
Yeah.
No, nobody should be shocked by this. BLM has been making money vanish for a very long time.
Page, known for a role in the TV show American Horror Story, has been charged with wire fraud and 2 counts of money laundering. Whoopsie. I wonder if he paid taxes on it. You can get hit with all kinds of tax charges if you're stealing money. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's accused of exploiting tragedy and using funds to sustain a lavish lifestyle rather than furthering the cause. Anybody who gave money to Black Lives Matter, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And I still have a ton of bridges to sell.
Oh, Monkey has so many shares in bridges. Oh, it's crazy. It's a fire sale, guys.
Sale.
Yeah, just hit him up. He'll sell you some shares in bridges. There's lots to be made with bridges.
They said sexy, not smart. That is fair.
I don't think the guy's either, but hey, what do I know? Thank you, Keldrick. No, Jack, this is a real black man. Shaun King wishes he could be that dark.
Oh, Shaun.
Fair point, Keldrick. Thank you.
Oh, Taco Mix.
I just love that people got more mad about him pretending to be Muslim than they did about him pretending to be black. Talking about Shaun King, guys. This is a man who called his mom a whore to maintain his lie of being black. And they're like, that's fine. What's important is now he's pretending to be Muslim.
Just because you get your hair cut every 3 days, that doesn't make you black.
No, that is black man's hair. Do you guys realize how racist it is the way he cuts his hair and facial hair? I am a stereotypical black man. See? Oh God. Ebony says, wow, if you're talking about him calling his mom a whore, that is a real thing. He didn't call her a whore. What he said
called
is
her a whore.
he did without saying she was a whore. He said she probably cheated on his dad and that she was out there just banging whoever because he comes from an all-white family and somehow he turned out, Shaun King. All right.
Yeah, white.
Yeah.
So now we got to talk about more scary stuff. Did you see Blinken?
Yes. Yes, unfortunately I did. Oh my God, these people are so dumb. They are so thirsty for a war. I don't understand it. Especially because the other day, I don't know if you wanted to talk about this, Biden said we are not going to refill the strategic oil reserve, which is down 43%.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, he said gas is too expensive right now at $86 a barrel. So we're not going to replenish the strategic oil reserve. Why the hell would you announce that?
I'm sorry, it's 86 a barrel?
That's what it was at the time of the report.
That's surprised it's only down 43%.
That's not that bad to. I mean,
yeah, but when the strategic oil reserve is down by almost half, 43%, and you're not going to replenish it, and you're talking about this shit now? What the fuck are you idiots doing? I was so angry. Sorry.
No, you're fine, and especially when you're talking about the strategic reserve, we've had no reason to use the strategic reserve except for Biden selling it to people. That is supposed to be there for an emergency.
Yeah, not to bring prices down so you can have a slight bump in your poll numbers.
Yeah,
that's not what
China
that's
seems
for.
to be happy about it.
What was that?
China seems to be happy about selling.
Well, they got really cheap oil from us. Yeah.
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 Oh, thank you for oil. Thank you.
They've also been sneaking people in. Another 118 got caught on the border the other day. So,
I know.
Real quick, thank you, Retro V Gamer, for the generous donation. Bridges, are you guys trying to kill us? Those things are death traps now. Well, yeah,
you're not wrong.
Only if barges run into them.
Yeah.
Nope.
You get copycats.
Remember that the car we looked at earlier was on a bridge when that thing hit it. Bridges are just dangerous.
That's true. But, you know, if you bought one, it might be safer.
Is this the right video? I can't find the video now. Okay, we'll just talk about what dumbass. I'll put him on the screen so we can have a moron to look at.
Hang on, I'll find you the link. I know.
So Secretary Blinken, he didn't come out and say, hey, we are going to let NATO or Ukraine into NATO. He said that they still need to work on a few things, which actually upset world leaders who were like, we need to get them in NATO. I had a realization today about how dumb these people are. Because here's the argument, and this is because I argued with somebody who got this just so wrong. Like, if Russia's not stopped in Ukraine, they're going to go into a NATO country. And so their answer to this is to make Ukraine a NATO country.
Yeah. Links to the side chat.
So, did y'all understand
they want to go to war with Russia?
Their idea is, look, hey, Russia wants to go into a NATO country, but if we make Ukraine a NATO country, they'll stop. Does that make sense to anybody?
No, because their entire process is that we have been.
Yeah, Russia's entire concern was us making Ukraine a NATO country. This will just make them at war with everybody.
Okay, so this does look like it is the right video.
The determination of every country represented here at NATO remains rock solid. We will do everything that we can. Allies will do everything that they can to ensure that Ukraine has what it needs to continue to deal with Russia's ongoing aggression against Ukraine, an aggression that gets worse with every passing day. Ukraine will become a member of NATO.
Why? What does Ukraine bring to the table in that? Nothing. All of these, especially the recent ones, where like bring in Sweden and all those. All it is, hey, America will take care of you. There's no give and get there. There's just us giving, just them getting. And this is stupid.
Biden's a get.
If Russia's not afraid to go into Poland, because that's the one they always talk about when they say he's going to attack a NATO country. If he's willing to go into Poland, what would make him not willing to go into Ukraine under a NATO flag?
Yeah,
so all we're doing is promising to get our people killed in the process.
Well, he's telling Putin right now that, hey, no matter what you do, we're coming after you. So you might as well just preemptively attack us.
This just proves that Putin was justified in his worry about NATO encroachment. Yes, he absolutely was. He was right. And people don't like to hear that. And look, I do not like Putin. Putin's a shitbag. And I don't want anybody making that mistake thinking that I'm on his side. But when he's right, he's right. He has a good reason to worry about that. And they're like, no, that's not even a consideration. Again, before the invasion, Biden was like, yeah, we're going to let them in. They just need to clean up because they're too corrupt. They just need to do some stuff. It wasn't a secret. It's never been a secret. What happens when everybody's in the NATO alliance? How about we just put everyone in the NATO alliance?
Let's put Russia in NATO.
Yeah, exactly. Just bring Russia in. And then look, nobody will ever fight because we're all on the same team. It's just stupid. And one, NATO's long past its usefulness anyway. Other than, hey, if you attack us, we'll attack you back. But it wouldn't be like let's say Russia decides to go into France, right? Is the French army going to handle the Russian army? Do they have the capability right now on their own?
Not. No. And I think Russia knows that. But that just means that they're going to have a much easier time if they do enter a broader conflict.
Faithless says early in his rule, Putin tried to enter NATO. Yeah, doesn't he talk about that in the Tucker Carlson interview?
I think it was in that interview, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's tried. So, I mean, the notion, though, is that we have to have Ukraine in there so we can stand up to the Russians or they're going to attack NATO. It is a circular argument that makes zero fucking sense. None whatsoever. Russia invading France. I just use them, a little historical payback. That's all. Anyhow, yeah, so Blinken is like, we're going to bring them in.
Instead of giving up because of the winter, they give up because of the smell.
Yes. It smells like cheese and body odor here. Oh, goodness. Anyway, that nice European smell of urine.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So much of the place.
Did that guy block me for that? Probably.
Somebody blocked you because you responded. And I saw there was a block. So it was like blockchain because I couldn't see their tweets either.
The dude said something to the effect of, if your ally makes a mistake and you turn on them or turn your back on them, then you were never really an ally. And all I said is, depends on the mistake. I can forgive some mistakes, Jack.
Yeah.
And there's some that I can't. And yeah, apparently that was enough for that guy to be like, I don't want to hear about you anymore.
It goes against my thought. I don't like that.
Nuance blocked.
Yep. Excuse me, we're not allowed to have any nuance. All right, we haven't looked at Jean-Pierre in a while, so let's bring Corinne up on the TV because she got a tough question.
Oh no.
Yesterday's call with President Xi. If President Biden is concerned enough about TikTok to bring it up on a call with the president of China, why is he and why is the vice president, why are they still making videos for TikTok?
It's a very good question. It is a very good question. Who was it? Nikki Haley, who tried bringing up TikTok against Ramaswamy, and he's like, if you're so against it, why's your daughter on there?
Yeah.
How dare you bring up my daughter? No, he's bringing up you and your hypocrisy. And I mean, in that case, it'd be you being a bad mom if you think this thing's horrible and you're letting your child use it.
I'm so surprised Sideshow Bob here is the speaker.
They will not get rid of her unless MSNBC makes a job offer. She's going to be there.
Well, she's very historic,
She's very historic. She's gay and black, in case you missed it.
That's coming out of the campaign, so I would refer you to the wait. I understand. It is the campaign's decision. I would refer you to the campaign. We have been very clear. We are not trying to ban TikTok. We're not trying to ban TikTok. We're talking about a divestment.
And if they don't divest, y'all are talking about banning TikTok. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's such a stupid argument.
We're not saying that we're banning it. We're saying we're going to get rid of it if they don't sell it.
Yeah, if they don't bow to our whims, we will destroy them.
But I love her thing. It's a very simple question. If Biden is so against this, why is he on it? Because he tries to clarify that, and she shuts him down. He's like, no, but he's on there. If he's so worried about it, why is he on there? And you can say it's for the campaign, but it's not just campaign videos. He's actually showing up in the campaign videos purposefully made for it. And she's like, you need to talk to the campaign.
You heard that from the National Security Advisor when he's been here a couple times at the podium speaking to TikTok and the legislation and how we're trying to move forward. It is a platform that we really need to take seriously here.
Didn't Biden say, if you send me a thing to ban this, I'll sign it?
Yes.
Yeah. But you've heard us. We're not trying to. I don't know if there's people out there that just really like to be lied to.
Not gonna lie, all I heard was shh. Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. Shh, 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 shh.
Why are you asking such complicated questions? I don't like that, Peter. Sorry, we are going to have to ask you to leave.
Did I watch this one? I retweeted it because of the tweet involved, but I didn't watch the video, so this is new to me too. Corinne is being asked something else here, guys.
And why isn't federal immigration law tougher on border crossers who come here and are accused of serious crimes?
Okay, before we get to that, I'm glad that got brought up because it's a segue to something I wanted to talk about. Did you see the Jesse Waters piece that was out today?
No, I don't think so.
We've talked before about the Biden financial boom, especially the jobs. He's 15 million new jobs, y'all. 15 million jobs. 12 million of those are, from the pandemic. The other 3 million is one wildly exaggerated. But if the Waters report is correct, and I don't know if it has, I haven't gone and looked at the numbers myself. There's 1 million less Americans working, American-born people working in the United States, and 5 million more illegals working since Biden took office.
Oh my God! Hold on, let me find some shock around here somewhere.
So even if we gave Biden his numbers and they weren't bullshit to begin with, the jobs are going to fucking immigrants, not to Americans. And let's be honest, we're talking about illegals here.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring this up because this question, we're going to let him re-ask it. In the Jesse Waters piece, they actually cover part of this.
And why isn't federal immigration law tougher on border crossers who come here and are accused of serious crimes?
In the Waters piece, I forget who it is, but it's somebody from the Biden administration who says they're doing literally everything they can under the law to take care of the illegals.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speaking of bridges to sell,
we're doing everything that's legal. No, you're not.
except enforcing the actual law.
You can literally shut down the border at any moment.
So are you speaking of a specific case?
There's this.
How come you guys aren't harder on criminals who break the law? Did you have a specific case in mind? I don't want to explain totally.
I mean, there's like a few million cases at the moment, but whatever.
Story in New York, an 8-person crew of border crossers found with drugs and guns. 6 of them now are out on bail. Does President Biden think policies like that are making the country safer?
So I want to be really.
President Biden doesn't know where he is right now. But no, the administration doesn't care about whether or not it's safer.
But he can tell you about roaches.
Mm-hmm.
It is leg hair.
He understands them because his leg hair got rubbed by some black kids.
Yeah.
I still don't understand that story.
Neither do I.
Neither does Biden.
really careful. That's an active case, so don't want to comment on an active case. But anyone found guilty, and we've been very clear about that, anyone found guilty of a crime should be held accountable.
This is a newer talking point from them.
Yeah. Well, are they talking about Hunter?
No, they're talking about illegals now, because now it's not just if somebody's accused. This was part of the bill that we talked about, where Nadler got up there and gave his little stupid speech about how this woman was accused of a crime, and if they had kicked her out over that, then she wouldn't have had her anchor baby here. And then we should have kicked her out.
Yeah.
But their new thing, this is a new thing that they're pushing, is that, hey, just because an illegal's been arrested for a crime doesn't mean they actually committed that crime, which is true. However, you're talking about illegals.
The crime of crossing the border.
Yeah, they're already here illegally. They've already committed a crime. Get them out. I know that we got to make sure they're guilty. Well, in that case, what about people who get found guilty when they're actually innocent? Couldn't you be kicking out an innocent illegal just because they were found guilty? This is the kind of problem with this thinking. It should never get to that point. It should stop it. They're here illegally. Kick them out. The end.
Mm-hmm.
You've been very, very clear about that.
No, you haven't.
No,
you haven't. That's new, and stop lying, lady.
If a person poses a danger to a community, they should be detained pre-trial.
Wait. How do you know they pose a danger to the community? That seems like you're judging them prematurely.
Well, they're just here for food and sanctuary. These are innocent people, so none of them should be detained.
We can't kick them back out to their own country, or lock them up indefinitely, whichever. By the way, they have to make their own food while they're in prison, and by that I mean grow it and eat it.
I'd be fine with that.
But you're willing to lock them up until trial based on the idea that they might be guilty? Those two things don't go together. Especially when you're talking about people who are here illegally, and we don't owe them shit. We don't owe them a damn thing.
I would also like to point out that if you happen to be somewhat associated with January 6th, you're locked up indefinitely. No matter
yes, what. But they're guilty because they're guilty.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They're traitors to the to the United States democracy. So they need to be thrown in the deepest, darkest hole possible. But these people are sainted because they're the new replacements. They're newcomers.
Oh my God.
What?
It's an Ian Miles. Oh my God, this guy's a fucking retard.
What did he do this time?
Fugi, thank you for sending this to me. Excuse me, Apple, why is the calculator wrong? When you key in 50 plus 50 and hit the equals key, it'll give you 100. Multiply by 2 and you get 200. That's correct. But type in 50 plus 50 times 2 and it spits out 150. What gives?
Because you're multiplying the 50 by 2 first.
Oh my fucking...
He has a reply here, says the order of operations in America is American and therefore wrong. PEMDAS is retarded. That is PEMDAS. It's the order we do math. It was trending and I didn't know why. Yeah, this makes sense. Well, oh my God.
So he's just a retard. Got it. I knew that already, but thank you.
Gonna put another pin in that bucket for retarded.
Yeah,
bro,
we need
you're
like
Asian. Why can't you do math?
Well, he's the wrong kind of Asian. We need a special news flash thing, like it says news flash, and then it has his picture and with a like string of drool coming out of one side of his mouth.
This is just insane. This guy needs to stop trying to pretend he's smart, because he's just not. Hey, Ian, let me help you out here. Stick to stealing other people's work and passing it off as your own. Because anytime you try to be intelligent, you actually make Pearl sound smart.
He might be able to cover I'm a werewolf.
Don't swap me, bro.
Keldrick, thank you. My favorite imagination adjacent argument is illegal aliens commit less crimes than citizens. Yes, yes. And what they say actually, though, is they don't say illegals because illegals don't. Actually, it's when you're looking at the data on who commits the most crimes, and they say immigrants commit the least. That is people who came here legally. They tend to commit less crime than anyone.
Yeah, legal migrants.
Because they don't want to be deported.
Yeah, they want to be here.
They came here respecting the land and wanting to be a part of it and not get, because you can, if you come from another country and you're given American citizenship, we can take it back. It's been done before.
Yeah, it's very rare, but
it is very, very rare. Anyway, Ian Miles Chong, you're a fucking retard. But I wanted to bring up, he gave me a chance to point out Pearl's an idiot, which I always love doing.
Yes, you do.
And we're going to talk about Crowder.
Uh-oh.
Because some people just are still on this train trying desperately to prove Crowder's in the right here. And what we're really finding is that this is very much like the Daily Wire thing, where he came out, gave a bullshit story, half the facts, and was like, look how abused I am. And it's the same thing going on now. Actual Justice Warrior, what's his name? Sean Fitzpatrick. I forget his name. He goes by Sean. I'm not doxing the guy, so everybody knows his name is Sean. He did a really good breakdown on this, but that's not why I've been seeing it. Ari Jacob will not let this go. She has decided she is going to take up the mantle for Pearl and run with it and prove that Crowder is a victim of his wife and Jared, and that it's all a giant conspiracy against Crowder. I was like, I was watching her stream the other day, and I made two predictions that this situation would teach her two things. One, Pearl's an idiot. If you can't come to that conclusion after just seeing a little bit of her, I really don't know how to help you. But two, in this case, because Ari keeps comparing this to her case with Taylor Lorenz. And it's like, look, you have to understand, in this case, Steven Crowder is the Taylor Lorenz, not Jared. Steven Crowder is the one with the megaphone. He's the one that's going out there giving half stories. And in this case, he sent out Gerald to do it instead. It was planned because we just had to respond to this. But Actual Justice Warrior did a really good breakdown on it. If you guys want to see, what exactly is going on with all this and the dirty, underhanded shit that Crowder's pulling yet again, I highly recommend checking it out. Maybe all the parties involved are shitbags. That's possible. It's absolutely, look, I don't know Jared or Hillary Crowder. I don't know these people. What I do know is that the story that Crowder put out there, one of the things that they put out, if you watch the Gerald response to this, the one that I'm here to talk about what you guys have heard and give people the chance to do the right thing.
Yeah, God, that's such a veiled threat.
Yeah. We're giving you a chance to do the right thing. That's a threat right there. But in that, he's like, he says that there's a lawsuit. Well, no, Jared didn't say there was a lawsuit. He never claimed that there was a lawsuit. Go ahead, watch it again. He doesn't say that. But the whole talking point became, he's trying to raise money for a lawsuit that doesn't exist. He explained what it was for. To cover legal expenses he's already incurred and to fight the NDA. But it was Sean, Actual Justice Warrior, who pointed out something that I had missed. Gerald says that there had been no lawsuit against Jared, right? But he says, now there is. They literally had it ready to go in a heartbeat. You don't just type up a lawsuit. You have to actually, dig in, and this is what our whole thing is. But that shit was ready to go. And they're like, no, we don't want to do this. It's the same old Steven. It really is. This is for all his talk about not wanting the drama, this is his way of staying out of it while still staying in it. He pulled the same shit with the Daily Wire. Where's Tim Pool? Tim Pool, when this first breaks, is actually kind of leaning towards Jared. And then Pearl. It is amazing how many people are on Crowder's side, not because of Crowder, not because of Gerald's video, but because of Pearl. Who, again, I think that Steven Crowder has just decided to bang because he's actually gay, and that's as close as he can come to banging a man without violating his Christian beliefs. I'm just saying. But it is amazing she got this publicly available stuff, which isn't actually all that publicly available. Timmy P is sitting on a fence. Timmy P is sitting on whichever side he thinks is going to get him the most clout.
Yeah, Crowder could get him clout. So, real quick though, thank you, Evolved Potato. Can we also talk about how a disturbing amount of people don't know that multiplication and division, as well as addition and subtraction, are done simultaneously from left to right, because that's a problem. Well, they don't teach math properly anymore. So, I mean, what do you expect? People don't know how to do it if they're not taught it properly.
Well, I mean, most people, we learn that in school and then we don't ever have to use it again until you see it on a Facebook post like, what's the answer to this question?
Well, I mean, you still have to do basic addition and subtraction and occasionally multiplication, but it's really sad how many people rely on calculators as a crutch. I do all the time, but I regret that.
I don't, and it's not out of... My mom was one of those people. What are you going to do if there's not a calculator around? It's not that. It's just faster for me than opening up my phone in most cases. Believe me, if it's faster to use a calculator, I'll absolutely use a fucking calculator. I do whatever is the quickest, Jack, because I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I am not a wizard, so I do not have the ability to understand mathematics.
And again, it's nothing I ever did. It comes basically natural to me.
Yeah, some people just have a knack for it. But a lot of the problems you're seeing now are the result of Common Core from 10, 15 years ago.
Don't ask me to spell shit because that's not something I can do very well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially out loud. Do you have problems spelling out loud?
Sometimes.
Very much so, yes.
Right now, you can't spell even on paper. Stop it. That was funny, damn it. Wait,
Pearl equals yummy? No.
Why can't I open this?
I don't know.
I went to your first story and it wants me to... all right.
Oh, hold on. I'll give you the archive.
Fucking assholes. I don't want to sign in. Why does everything want you to sign in?
I don't know.
So we can go on a list and they can sell it to people while people bitch that TikTok is selling your info.
Damn it, China.
Everybody's doing that shit now. Who's buying this? What assholes out there buying up everybody's search history?
The FBI.
I mean, besides them. They don't have to buy it. They just steal it.
There's the archive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, to whoever said that Pearl equals yummy. I did see she's trying to look more feminine, Jack. I don't know if you've seen her lately, but she started to like do this light curl of her hair and wear makeup that was actually, applied properly.
Huh.
Yeah, so she looks like a Midwest 3 now instead of a Midwest -2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Bessie's got competition.
You see the Conjoined twins got married? Yes, and I haven't really talked about it on the air because I don't want to get into a whole long Abby and Brittany thing again. We've been over that so much, but yeah, they got married. Well, did they both technically get married, or is only one of them married to him?
I think only one of them can be married to him legally, otherwise it's bigamy.
And it depends. There's only 2 feet involved. I was curious about it because the story you sent makes it sound like they answered questions, although it wasn't really them. It was a doctor who has worked with Conjoined twins before.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize they had their own digestive tracts, but at some point their digestive tract merges
Yes.
So like Abby's poop runs into Brittany's poop in the poop chute.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying it's one of those things that keeps me up at night thinking about how that works.
I find
I
it best
understand
not
that.
to.
They they got married. I wish them all the best. I really do, but I'm so confused by everything there.
So,
In that story that you said, they talk about this conjoined twins where one of them was asexual and the other one wasn't. And they shared body parts that made that a little weird. Sick little monkey. I didn't do it. It's literally their their body. Their poop meets up in their colon. And like, oh, you're Abby's poop. Yeah, I'm Brittany's.
What if they get stuck there? Like somebody has a really big one and the other one's got a mediocre one, and they just sort of like block things up.
I was thinking, like, okay, so in that kind of same vein, what if it's the opposite? Like, let's say Abby eats Taco Bell, but Brittany didn't, right? And Brittany feels perfectly fine, but still has diarrhea. That's got to be weird as shit.
Yeah. She's got diarrhea, but none of the stomach cramping, and the other one's got all the stomach cramping.
Yeah. We got to go now. Like, I don't really have to. And it's everywhere.
Do they have their own like reproductive stuff too?
No, that part is shared.
One.
Yep.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's like their legs up until their lower stomach are all one, and then above that is separate, except for their titties, because they don't have 4 titties. I feel bad for that guy, especially if he's a breast man. He's marrying 2 heads, but he only gets two boobs, man.
You get 2 blowjobs though.
I mean, he's only getting one. It's from two heads, and one of them looks like it kind of sank in on itself. One of them looks like a cake from back in the day when your mom would tell you not to jump because it would fall.
Yeah.
he's getting one blow job and one judgment.
Do you think one is really opposed to like blowjobs and the other one isn't? Like, I still wonder, like, does one feel the butthole more than the other one, or that sort of thing?
What if Abby gives a blowjob, but Brittany doesn't, and they're all cool with it? But then Abby turns to talk to Brittany.
I don't know, like, because technically, if he's
What's
plowing, Married to is enjoying it.
Hello. Oh
yeah.
Let's say Abby gives a blowjob and Brittany doesn't, and they're cool with it, right? But then Abby turns to Brittany to say something, and all she smells is dick breath. Is it rude to say something? Is it rude to use the hand that you control to reach up and brush her dick teeth? I don't know what the proper etiquette is here.
Yeah. What if Brittany's hand is given a hand job?
Uh-oh.
It's Jack this time.
Oh, okay. This is the worst topic that Monkey has ever explored. This is why I didn't want to get into it, because I can't help myself. I am so fascinated by all of the what ifs.
And also, this is not the worst.
Oh, this is by far not the worst. 2 butthole lady who definitely kills this. 2 butthole lady is still my favorite. And especially because she didn't realize she had more than 1 butthole till she was like 24.
How though?
That's what she says. And she found out because she got horribly constipated, and they went in and they're like, yeah, you got 2 buttholes. And they're like, we can fix that for you. And she went, nah, bro.
Nah, I got porn in my future.
And so when she was in her 40s, she finally had it fixed because it kept being a problem.
Because porn is no longer her future at 40.
I guess. I don't know how you get to be that old, though, without knowing you have 2 buttholes.
She knew.
I could understand if she just thought everybody did. Let's say she didn't ever see other naked people, never saw the brown eye winking at her. Okay. But you had to know there were 2 of them there.
Was she a lesbian?
No. As far as I know, she was a straight lady. That's another question. How come nobody ever told you? You got 2 holes here. Did they just think it was a poop stain?
No, there's no excuse. I can't. No.
And for the record, guys, it is a thing that happens. She's not like the only person, but it is incredibly rare. And one of the big side effects is ungodly constipation. That's why they offered to fix it. It's a very simple operation. They just close up one of the holes. And she's
And she
like, nah.
declined.
She lived with that for another 15 years before she closed it up. All right. This is the story that Jack had been bringing to our attention. We were just talking about Fani. Let's talk about this Fani. Like that segue?
Oh God.
I'm good at my segues. Didn't she do porn? Not that I'm aware of. Welcome back.
Yeah, yay.
All right. Fani Willis accused of illegally recording Trump defendant's lawyer. Whoopsie.
Oops.
You're going to tell me that Fani Willis did something illegal?
Yeah.
Who would believe that?
Nah.
A lawyer for one of former President Donald Trump's co-defendants in the Georgia case claimed in a new interview that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's office illegally recorded a phone call between her and a lawyer. Thank you, Frosted Glass. So she was a 3-prong outlet. Yes, she was grounded. She was a grounded outlet. Christopher, wow. Kokoroff. That kind of sounds like the last name of a transsexual. An attorney representing Donald Trump co-defendant Harrison Floyd told legal analyst Phil Holloway that the district attorney's office recorded a call between her and one of his colleagues without their knowledge or consent. Isn't this the same lawyer that brought to light the stuff about her and the guy?
I think it might be.
She did reach out to us, one of my colleagues in Maryland, and was rude, abrupt with him on the phone. And he was dealing with Maryland case, and I was dealing with the Georgia case. And she ended up recording him, he said in the interview. The lawyer was asked about the legality of the recording with his colleague, who are based in Maryland. Oh, yeah, it's a felony in Maryland, he said. In response to the allegations, Mr. Floyd wrote on social media that it doesn't matter where the call originated because the attorney was located physically in Maryland. Ms. Willis, he added, did not get the lawyer's consent to be recorded and has committed multiple felonies and will be held accountable. No, she won't.
She's not going to be held accountable. They didn't kick her off the case for banging one of her coworkers and spending a bunch of money in very questionable ways. She's not going to get in any trouble over this.
They didn't even give any weight to the fact that she was coordinating this case with the fucking White House.
Yep. Or the fact that the judge in the case donated to her campaign.
So, yeah, fuck Fani Willis. Bitch, I hope she does end up, when all of this is done, in prison where she belongs for being a fucking horrible person.
I agree.
Because, yeah, fuck that bitch. I don't like her at all. All right. Keeping his dog. Jesus Christ. No. I can't read that headline. What is
I've been
those
saying
people? A man allegedly teaching his dog to drive was arrested after leading troopers on a high-speed chase. Is that a car from the Dukes of Hazzard?
That sounds like a fun time.
That's Cooter in that truck right there. A man was arrested Sunday after leading troopers on a high-speed chase with his dog sitting in the driver's seat. A spokeswoman for the Washington State Patrol said, the man from Lakewood, Washington, hit 2 cars on separate occasions and failed to stop both times, leading state troopers on a high-speed chase up Interstate 5. He was driving very erratically. It's a dog, honey. So erratically, multiple people called 911. I'm surprised they didn't just record it. Isn't that what everybody does today instead of calling the police? They whip out their phone while screaming, somebody call the police.
I'm
And most
sure
phones-
that dog was a good boy.
Hey,
Yeah.
the dog is a perfect boy. It's the owner that's a retard. Suspect was driving absolutely recklessly, and pursuit ended at 109 miles an hour. Ensued at
I'm
109
sorry,
miles
what?
an hour. They were going 109 miles an hour
Jesus Christ.
with a
Well,
dog
look.
at the wheel.
The dog was drinking that day.
I hope the dog's name is Jesus.
Jesus, take the wheel.
As he was trying to evade troopers, the suspect drove onto Centennial Trail, a trail for pedestrians and bicyclists. The fact that there isn't anybody on the trail is nothing shy of miraculous. We are very thankful. Yeah, this guy's lucky he didn't kill people.
Yeah, pretty reckless. And then to frame his dog, sick.
Eventually, they were able to use spike strips to stop him. During the arrest, the suspect gave them the explanation, was trying to teach his dog how to drive. I mean, would that make it better? Let's say, for argument's sake, that he wasn't drunk and he was really trying to teach his dog to drive. Doesn't that make it worse?
If he was doing it for a movie, maybe.
He saw Groundhog's Day and he's like, I bet my dog could do that. I mean, he needs a lawyer dog. Yes, he does. He does. I need a lawyer dog. Oh, what is wrong with people? Now, if he said it as a joke, right? Like he's drunk and it's not good to be drunk driving. Let's just be clear about that part. Monkey does not support drunk driving. But, I mean, if he's drunk and he says it as a joke, I kind of get it. I know, man. I was just trying to teach my dog to drive. See what I did there? But any way that he's serious in that, I hope he never drives again.
I'm
A
actually
NASCAR
curious,
version of
what
Air
kind
Bud.
of dog?
Yes. Should he hire P-Dog? P-Dog is the only lawyer dog we know. And by the way, don't go asking P-Dog for legal advice. He's not actually a lawyer. We actually had to specify that before.
Go to like Ricada for that.
Go to Ricada and Nick the lawyer. Fuck, there's a whole law tube section of YouTube. Just go find one of them. You could probably teach a dog to drive if it's an automatic. They'd have trouble with the pedals. And knowing, don't dogs have trouble with depth perception?
Color for sure.
Color for sure. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess they could pick up the fact that the light is lit up, but hey, that was the red light, dummy.
I'm actually curious what kind of dog they were trying, in quotations, to train. Like, was it like a terrier or like a German Shepherd?
I hope it was a wiener dog.
Oh, that would be
a weird dog.
a toy poodle. What would be the best dog to teach to drive?
I don't know.
I'm
I
going with
would
something,
actually
a German, something very smart and big enough to reach the pedals.
Yeah, I would say German Shepherd, Pit Bull, something like that.
You don't want
a
to
pit bull over all the kids.
Yeah. Bubba's just trying to keep kids from getting bit so they get run over instead.
Pit Bulls are actually very nice. Thank you.
Well, they're
It
not
depends.
tearing children apart. Urgh.
Pit bulls were bred for fighting, and again, it's going to be the whole thing about pit bulls is most of them are good dogs, but they do have more attacks than any other dogs.
Most of them, yes. This is that jaw strength.
I'm just saying that if Muslim was a dog, it would be a pit bull.
It would. You never know when it's going to try to bite off your face. Shock doctors discover 30-year buildup of no. Cannot believe I've had that on the screen this whole time. Nope, not reading that one.
Oh, it's just smegma.
Oh, that's nasty. We are not discussing. Oh no. I almost want to go back to the smegma story. All right. we have a duh moment. Okay. That's a chick with a beard, Jack.
Yes, it is. It's a bearded lady.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
No one's going to marry you, Honam. Like, you have a beard. No one's going to date you, Honam. You have a beard. No one's going to be your boyfriend, Honam. You have a beard. You are not a preference to a lot of men. And then I'll get like really feminine men message me, but that's not who I'm attracted
to. Have you thought about not taking the hormones and shaving the beard?
That's not an option. You know that.
I know. I like really masculine men because I am very soft. I'm so different to what you see, like on TV. You know, on TV.
You mean because you're a woman with a beard
And a burqa.
and a burqa?
Or hijab.
You literally would be in the circus as a bearded lady.
Yeah, it's where you belong.
See you on TV.
I mean, not, but no, generally you'll see, oh, she's strong, she's, you know, what she's talking about is very powerful, whatever people say. But then at home, I'm very quiet, you know, I'm very feminine, I'm very soft. People don't get to see that side of me, you know.
I love the sad
music.
music.
It has been difficult.
Yeah, what the fuck is the music?
And have kids. I would never be a single mom. That's not what I've ever wanted. No one.
She'd never be a single mom. What if you have kids and your husband leaves you? You killing the kids?
She's probably gonna take him to a fire station and just leave him.
Look, if you want to get a man, and especially a masculine man, shave the beard. It's that easy.
Yeah. If you want to get a man, don't look like a man.
Most dudes don't want to be with a woman with a giant ass beard.
Oh, those are bigots, Monkey. See, they need to be accepting of her freakishness.
I just don't understand why people are so confused about something simple like this. And she,
wrapped up in there you go.
In fairness, she doesn't act confused by it. She just states it as a fact. You know, I like masculine men, and all I get is, you know, little bitch boys.
Yeah, but she's making zero effort to appeal to those men. Yeah.
And look, I don't know if her beard is natural or not. I'm doubting it because I do know, you know, there was a push there for a while for women not to shave their facial hair.
Yeah.
And some of them grow in like some serious mutton chops.
That is not natural.
I mean, that looks like one of those puberty beards we see from people popping hormones.
Yeah.
Stop treating your body that way. And look, if you are interested in a masculine man, go look feminine, because that's what most masculine men want. And the ones who don't are gay and don't want somebody with a vagina. At home, I'm very soft. Yeah, well, on the internet, you got a beard. Shut up.
Well, I think she puts a lot of conditioner in that beard to make it fluffy and soft.
Oh, like Snuggle.
Yeah.
I'm snuggly soft. Oh, dear God. Okay. I don't know where this is leading, Jack. I'm only reading what's on the screen because it's already on the screen. I did not read the tweet. On the screen, guys, it says, I require all my friends to tip when they come over to my house, and he has a tip box.
Thank you, Shady.
I require all my friends to tip when they come over my house.
There was a 10 in there.
He put that in there.
That's a Hamilton right up front.
No,
that's
Jackson.
That's a 20. That's a Jackson. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put that in there. Nobody gave this dude a 20.
He's got a 5 over here and some 1s. Okay.
By friends, he means his mom and dad.
Oh.
Come over my house. Let me show you why. When a guest first arrives, they need to take their shoes off and put on these foot covers. I make sure all their belongings are placed against the wall in my backyard, and that includes all electronics too. Once my guests step inside, I have them sit on this chair. I hand them a tuning fork and a bowl of Himalayan salt water. They're required to give the fork a good ring to cleanse them of all energies. And
So you're the guy who's sending DMs to the chick we just watched?
Yes.
All right, so we can already establish that that big box was a lie because he has no friends.
Yeah, that's
If
what I
I
said to
went-
his parents.
Let's say, Jack, I go to your house. Like, hang on, dude. I need you to put on these foot condoms. He didn't even have good ones, man. They look like a joke.
Yeah, you get the little booty ones or the guest slippers like you do at the Asian's house.
And
or you just
then
walk around in your socks.
I'm gonna put all your shit in my backyard.
Yeah.
That's and weird. Then you gotta use the tuning fork.
I actually knew a new ager that was really into like cleansing the spirit and stuff like that, and they'd do this sort of thing if you went over for like a like hanging out, like you were gonna play D&D. That's what we were doing. He'd do that to cleanse the aura in the room. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm sorry for your pain, Jack.
Yeah. Oh man, it was frustrating to deal with that person to begin with. But look, making somebody do this and sit on the little cushion. Nobody's coming over to your house, dude. You're an asshole. This is all annoying stuff, and I don't doubt this is real because people like this exist.
Keldrick, thank you. This guy sounds insufferable. If he ever had friends to begin with, he won't for long.
Yeah. Look at him. He looks insufferable.
He will attract one hippie chick who he's not even interested in banging because he's clearly gayer than the day is long.
Yeah, and she's probably banging 5 other dudes on the side.
And you can also smell her from like 3 blocks away.
Yeah, that cushion still smells like her.
Ugh.
All right. Back to tuning fork, boy.
And once that fork touches the water, they're good to go. I greet them with a little basket. They're required to wear a chakra pendant in my home to maintain a cleansed energy. And I'm a
I feel like you should be in an insane asylum, honestly.
If you're giving me a chakra pendant, I'm gonna need those gloves for where that pendant's gonna go on you.
big time germaphobe, so I require all guests to wear gloves before touching any surfaces or door handles. First timers are shocked when they go.
I would totally shit in this guy's sink.
Oh, I know, protect him. His toilet bowl is totally gonna have poop in it.
I'm protecting this fucking house.
I would bring a bag of dirt into his house because I'm a dick.
To use the bathroom and see that there's no toilet paper. That's because I use mini compressed towels in order to minimize the spread of germs, and they also double as napkins.
Oh,
wait,
contradiction! Oh my god!
I take a shit in your house, and instead of having toilet paper right there, I have to stand up and wet out this little towel thing.
Yeah, your butthole
Which
should
is
be all
also
wet.
a napkin.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Napkins. I also provide guests with a towel that they must place down wherever they want to sit. And this here is everyone's favorite part about coming over. I have moon charged water for every zodiac sign.
That's everybody's favorite part, is getting the moon water for their zodiac sign. Nobody comes over to your house, dude. You're a weirdo.
Yeah, those jars look pretty full
of urine.
This one, for example, was charged on a full moon in Libra. It energizes the body and gives you good luck. Once my friends are about to...
You just drank out of that.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he doesn't have friends.
I'd like to be at the January sign on December. You're getting like 11-month-old water.
to leave, I do respectfully ask for tips because maintaining this kind of hospitality does get a little expensive.
None of that was hospitable. None of it.
That was all the opposite of hospitable. Oh, please leave a tip because being a germaphobe weirdo requires a lot of upkeep and effort. That's on you, bucko.
He's asking for a tip because he gets one friend per 10 years.
Moon charged. Yeah, that's where he puts it in there under certain signs of the zodiac.
Yeah, you fill it up and you leave the jar out and let the moonlight charge it with positive energy under that star sign, and then you seal it up and store it. It's an actual thing with a lot of New Agers, but this is all really weird. Like this type of stuff you'd find in like Portland or the outlying areas around there because there's a lot of hippie weirdos with New Age nonsense going on. But the germophobia, not helping.
That's the kind of person that'll tell you they don't believe in God because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but they're spiritual.
They're spiritual. Comrade Kitty, thank you. Pets aren't welcome there. Cat litter feet would drive him insane.
Yeah.
Oh, I would totally go over there after holding Phoebe while wearing dark clothing. I would be forced to fuck with somebody like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because it's so annoying. Everything about this guy was an annoying trait. The smug look on his face the entire time. Like,
I would tell
you're
him,
lucky to get my moon charged water.
I was trying to help you. I peed in the sink because there's ammonia in that, and it's a cleansing thing.
Yeah. Do you think that if he had a girlfriend, hypothetically, in an alternate universe, that when she broke up with him, they're arguing at the mall, and he's like, I shared my moon-charged water with you!
What kind of germaphobe keeps a box of money around? Money is one of the most disgusting things you can put in your hands. And he's like, I need all your monies. This guy's just a lunatic, and there's too many of those. Speaking of that, we've gone through the news, and I'm glad we did because there's something I wanted to talk to you about. Let's get that off my screen so I can concentrate. You know what the Conjuring house is?
Yeah, the house where the Conjuring story happened.
Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, it was the Warrens, so it's probably fake.
There's
what, the Warrens? Fakes.
There is what's the word? A genre, I guess. It's not really a genre. It's kind of a subgenre of these people who go and do ghost hunting stuff, but who go to the Conjuring house, right? It's a thing that's kind of blowing up right now. And they make these really big videos about it because there's these two people there. And I forget their names. I know the guy's name is Corey. But they talk to ghosts, y'all. They talk to ghosts, and the way the ghost responds is with a knocking sound.
It's spiritualism.
Cigar Chopping Penguin, thank you. I seriously considered buying candles in bulk and then sell moon charged candles for spellcraft for $5 a pop. You should do it. You'll make money. Depending on where you live, yeah.
Yeah.
But these two people, Corey and Satori, or whatever the chick's name is, they claim that they never had this gift until they came together, even though there's video of him doing it before they ever met online already. But
don't believe your eyes.
Everybody's pretty sure that the popping is coming from him popping his toes. And so they're asked about it. And like, well, why don't you just take off your shoes, right? And show everybody so you can prove it's real. And the girl says this. She said, oh, if we did that, imagine the chaos it would cause. Imagine if we proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt, the chaos it would cause.
Oh, free feet pics.
That's another thing she says, is she's not going to do that because she doesn't want her feet out on the internet, even though there's pictures of her feet on the internet.
No, it's an old spiritualism trick. They used to do this stuff at table reads all the time. This isn't anything new. Same with the knocking. It's easy to knock under the table, or use noise makers, that sort of thing. This has been debunked 1,000 times, literally by Houdini.
The best part of their act is that they talk to spirits who they couldn't possibly know the names of, because it's like this was your dad. Like, they'll start spelling out a name, and it starts to spell out like Greg, right? And the guy go, Greg, that was my grandpa. And like, there's no way they could have known this because they just happened to run across you. They actually work for the Conjuring house, where you have to give your full legal name to even sign up to go.
Yep. You have to register in advance, your full name. Like most of these sites, you have to tell them everybody in your group that's going, and they already know what city you're from. They can narrow it down that way. If you're from like a smaller city within a larger city, it makes it easy. So this is just old charlatan tricks with a little bit of cold reading. None of this is new. This is stuff that was happening in the early 1900s with the spiritualism movement. It's been easily debunked thousands of times. These people are just charlatans.
I feel like you and I should go to the Conjuring house. So we need a lot of money from you guys because it's like $2,000 to stay the weekend. But we should go and just fully pretend we buy into it and then make a video calling a bunch of lying shitheads.
I'm all on board with that.
The lady who owns the house came out and without saying she was going to sue YouTubers who've been debunking this shit, basically said that, hey, you better stop or we're going to get litigious.
Go for it. You're going to lose.
Yeah, let's go into court and you prove that you can hear ghosts knock. Because they'll make you take off your shoes. Yeah, it's just fun to watch because they're so invested and these guys who are supposedly skeptical fall for it. This isn't even John Edwards. At least John Edwards did the cold reading, right?
Yeah, that requires at least a little bit of effort to read the room and the people around you.
Yeah, it's not setting up for 2 weeks in advance with a whole workup of whose people, yeah, his dad's name is Dan. Oh, they pulled a dirty one the other day. On this one that I saw, they're like, yeah, they gave the name and he goes, that's my grandpa. They go, yeah, he says now he remembers. The dude's grandpa died of fucking Alzheimer's, man.
Wow. And they
Ain't
probably
that some-
knew that by just searching his name.
Yeah. They it was probably in the obituary, and because the obituaries are online these days, and they use that shit. They're fucking dirty.
Yeah, that's evil to me. I don't see any other way around it. You're
No.
pretending you're giving them some kind of comfort when really you're just taking their money and giving them some sort of false hope. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh, hey, hold that thought real quick. Thank you, Alan. Got 5 on it. Thank you so much. They don't do this for money. You see, they've never taken a dime for their gift. See,
No, it's by donation, right?
No, they get paid by the Conjuring house, but they're not paid to do this trick. No. That's just something they do in their off hours for everybody who comes by. Yeah, because if they said they were actually getting paid for it, they could be in trouble for fraud. You can defraud people as long as you're not taking money or anything of value from them. You're just lying to them is not illegal.
Yeah.
So what they're very careful to say, no, we don't do this. We won't take payment for this. No. We just know you came here to hear it from us that we get paid by this house for. They're so dirty, man. I almost respect what John Edwards did because it was just a kind of a comfort thing. But these guys actually dig in and use stuff like that. That's just
Edwards
mean.
did stuff like that too. He just wasn't as obvious about it. He honestly seemed to think he was being comforting, but the guy's just a piece of shit too.
Oh, look, they're all charlatans. It's all false hope. And cold reading is not that hard to do if you actually study it up. Somebody whose name starts with starting with D. I mean, it's a very common name. Dan, very common. Steve. They actually know what the most common names are, and that's how they do it. And it's kind of brilliant if they weren't doing it as a douchebag thing.
Yeah. Real quick. Thank you, Frosted. If I went to the Aura guy's house, I would take a drink out of all 12 water jars. Then my piss would be the basic white witch equivalent of the Infinity Gauntlet.
I would just tell him
basic white witch equivalent.
I would leave him a tip. And as I was putting it in the box, I would tell him, I wipe my dick somewhere in your house and leave. and just leave it at that. And make sure that that it's plausible that you were out of his sight just to fuck with him. I hate people like that. I get it. You're an uppity idiot and be aware of it, but stop trying to push that on everyone else. How you been, Jack? Sleepy Doodle's asking how you been, man.
Oh, I've been all right. Tired all the time.
A guy like that here researched someone's ancestors and found one to have been a Genever-brander, which means gin distiller. But the guy misread and said the spirit told him he burned jeans. Okay. What do you mean burn jeans? He's like burning DNA?
I don't know.
Interesting. It's cold at my job. Put on a sweater. They have camera and research people in the audience. Yes, for some of it, if you're talking about the Edwards thing. But a lot of it is just cold reading. Cold reading's been around for centuries.
Yeah, that's old. That probably goes way back to ancient times because that's not a new. I mean, anytime somebody says they can talk to the dead, they're probably using some cold reading techniques.
Literal pants on fire. Yeah. Well, the way jeans was spelled up there was the other kind of jeans, so I wasn't sure which one they meant. But either way, it doesn't make any sense. The people at the Conjuring house, they go out into the woods to prove that they can do it anywhere. It's not just inside the house. See, it's not just solenoid setup making the knocking sound. And they get the name of somebody, but they spell it wrong. The ghost misspelled their name. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
South Park showed the method. Yeah, South Park did. But if you go, because of South Park, I went and did a lot more digging on cold reading because I do find it fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
There's even card tricks that you can do that they're not as set up as you think they are. They're based on you picking a card that is the most likely to be picked. And when I first learned that, I was like, there's no fucking way. And I tried it. And I think like 8 out of 9 people picked the same card.
Yeah, it's forcing a card.
Not even forcing it. I think it's the third card from the left is the most common chose card. But yeah, you can force it by just sticking it out just a little bit more than the others. Yeah, most people, this is where psychology actually does work. Unfortunately, it's, in fucking with people.
And magic tricks.
Yeah.
Tricks are for kids.
Tricks are for everybody. This is where I get fascinated by the human mind. Because it's so easy to believe in this stuff, right? These people, when they come back, did you ever watch John Edwards' show? Lady Monkey used to like it, so we'd watch it from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And these people, I mean, their life was changed by this reading of their dead loved one telling them, I'm okay.
I actually might have a relative that might want on the show.
Really?
Yes.
Did they get a reading?
Yes.
Wow. Did they come home and tell you Aunt Velma's okay?
Yeah, I told the full.
Charlatans and psychology are very close. They are. Charlatans use psychology to do what they do. Same with con men. The reason that works is because of human psychology. The problem with psychology is it's used all the wrong ways, as charlatans do.
Yeah.
Fascinated by memories and how the perspective of a memory can change outlooks of life.
Yeah, look, somebody that's in a dark place that's really sad and been dwelling on their loved one, they go to this event and this person says, they still love you, and they come up with some vague scenario that you may have actually done. And yeah, they're gonna give you some sort of like boost emotionally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, but I couldn't suspend disbelief long enough.
Oh, no, me either.
I'm too skeptical.
Some people want that, though. They want that kind of reassurance that their loved one is passed over.
Bro, if my mom's ghost showed up and told me she was doing great, I would be ecstatic. But if it's some fucking freak at let's call it what it is, an amusement show that I paid $25 to $2,500 for a weekend, come up and say, your mom really liked you when you were a kid. I'll be like, you're a fucking idiot, man. I'm going to need to see her. Okay. I need the ghost trick. I need to see a penny float across the room.
Yeah, I want to watch you barf up ectoplasm. Get the cheesecloth.
I want them to mold the goddamn what was it? The clay pot.
Oh yeah. I need Demi Moore here doing some clay with me, all right?
No, I want them vomiting up enough ectoplasm to rebuild Devil's Tower out of ectoplasm.
You keep saying ectoplasm, and the new Ghostbusters has come out, and from what I've heard, Jack, it suffers from exactly what I was worried it was going to suffer from.
Oh.
They have way too many goddamn characters in it.
I want to go see it, but haven't had time. I'm hoping to see it this weekend. That and the new Godzilla King Kong movie.
Oh,
which
dude,
I've heard good things about.
Right before the show, I started a video from Lauren Chen. She did a review of that movie, and I had to turn it off because she said from watching the trailers and everything, she was like, how is this all going to connect and intertwine and be resolved? And she goes, and to my surprise, none of it is. I'm like, did you not watch the last one? You have Millie Bobby Brown running around with the black guy that is entirely meaningless to the plot. You don't go watch. Look, I realize that Godzilla -1 has this really nice story, apparently.
Yeah, it's a fun film.
But the Americanized versions of these movies are not about some deep meaning, intricate plot that wraps up nicely. No, it's about big monsters punching other big monsters in the nuts.
Which is why there's too much human in most of those films.
Yes.
That's my complaint with the American ones, is they try and do this like plot, and nobody wants to see a fucking plot. They want to see giant monsters beat the shit out of each other. That's all we care about.
And there's a kind of a formula for disaster movies, and that's how they treat the kaijus.
Yeah.
Is that they're disaster movies. So you have to have people running around as part of there's always somebody who's in on this secret that nobody else knows about. They're the conspiracy theorist, but it turns out it was all true. You get that in so many of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one that they have? There's got to be a love story of some kind, if not direct, at least implied. All of this shit we don't care about. Let Godzilla punch Kong. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, or they have a buddy cop team up and break shit.
Yeah. Chris, thank you so much. Good morning, Mr. Monkey Jack and Bubba. Been a while since I caught it live. Back to the beginning I go. Well, enjoy. I hope you enjoy it all.
Oh,
thank you, Devil Fruit Zero, for the donation. Appreciate that, man. Hey, Jack, late birthday present. That guy's a fake astrology person. There are 13 zodiac signs now. Or close or some bullshit. I learned that from a horror thing. It's apparently real. But these people never actually do any research. They bought like 1 or 2 books from Llewellyn Publications and they just ran with it. So they're all fucking tards.
Baby Kong for the win. I'm with you on that. And Frosted said Godzilla is better than Kong. I disagree, but I'm probably biased.
They're both cool in separate ways, so that's why they have to team up.
There's a great line in Community where Choi gets a monkey and he's asked, why do you have a monkey? He goes, because it's an animal that looks like a dude. Why don't I have 12 of them? And that's where I am on monkeys. I think monkeys are the coolest thing because it's like a human, but furry and they're like a retard, but to the extreme.
As in they can rip off their face?
Yeah. They can beat you to death with your own arms.
That reminds me, I saw a trailer for Boy Kills World, and it looks great.
What is that?
It's about this deaf mute kid who just goes around murdering a bunch of bad guys. I kind of got lost in the action and wasn't really listening to the plot elements. But his inner dialogue is by H. John Benjamin. For those of you that don't know, that's the guy that does the voice of Archer and Bob on Bob's Burgers.
One monkey could kick your ass. Yeah, there's a reason there's violent gangs overseas of monkeys that people are afraid of. have you been paying attention to all the Sydney Sweeney stuff?
I don't think so.
Well, a story was written the other day about how because she has titties and isn't afraid to, show she has titties, that it's a pushback against woke Hollywood. And then I saw another article saying that people who are saying that it's a pushback against woke Hollywood apparently are seeing boobs for their first time, and they're acting like women haven't shown their boobs the whole time. It's just really weird because she has cleavage and everybody's talking about it like it's some cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, well, people are kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's really weird. The feminist who wrote the second article I was just talking about, she concludes by saying that Miss Sweeney, she seems to agree with me because she made this statement. And the statement is something to the effect about how somebody asked her about, every time you come up, your body comes up, and how do you deal with that? And she says she forces herself not to think about it, to not to react to it, because she's not even sure how to react to it, which that's fair. When everybody knows you for your titties, and you're not in porn.
Yeah.
I very few people can deal with it like Dolly Parton did, just laugh it off and have a good time with it.
Yeah.
But she says that everybody seems to have this view that they can talk about her like that. And it's kind of how the lady ends the article, but in the original quote, she goes on to say that she doesn't know how to deal with it. And the reason that they're like that isn't because of her body, but it's because she's an actress. And as such, people see her in movies and they think that art form, that the actor becomes theirs, meaning the character, not her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So she wasn't saying, oh, fuck all these guys who think I have big old titties and like it. She was saying it's weird. And this feminist, of course, is like, see, she hates being known for her titties.
That's not what she said.
And it's not at all what she said, not even close to what she said. But it's weird that everybody's talking about her boobs as a cultural touch point. If you haven't seen it yet, Jack, you will see it in the next couple of days because it is blowing up all over.
I probably saw it and ignored it. Sounds stupid.
Well, she went on Saturday Night Live. She hosted it for the first time the other day. And apparently she was wearing a low-cut top because she has big old tatas and likes to show them off. And she made a couple of boob jokes and people talked about it. And of course, the feminists had to come out and be like, why are you guys looking at her boobies? Because people like boobs. That's why. They're very nice boobs, though. They're kind of big, honestly. She has really, really big breasts. How many guys would be pissed if everyone knew them for their junk, for their big junk? Nobody would be upset for being known as the guy with the big dick.
Yeah, they would be very proud.
She's hot as fuck, not gonna lie. I think she's cute. Not really my kind. She's not ugly by any means. I'm not one of those guys like, oh, she's so ugly. She's pretty. I get it. Just not.
Yeah,
not
I'm looking at her now. She's not very Asian, and tits are too big.
And she does. Yeah, you and me are on the same page when it comes to boobs. She's got very large breasts.
Yeah, if she shrank those down to like a C cup, she'd look a lot better.
Again, she's a very pretty girl, just not my type. So
yeah, but she'd be a lot prettier with smaller tits.
Oh, shame they're big. It's weird that we're not allowed to. If a woman wants to be known for her boobs, let her be known for her boobs. And if she doesn't want to be known for her boobs, leave her alone about her boobs. I just don't get the cultural touch point of this.
I don't either. When she's like 70, those things are gonna be at her knees.
What's that game that just came out, Bubba? Or the trailer? Was it the trailer? No, the demo just came out for it, and people are really loving it. And then it went live. The one with the chick with the big old titties, the skinny Asian girl.
What the fuck is the name of that?
I can't think of it.
Know.
Satsu did a video on it. Anyway, Jack, in this game, there's this very beautiful. There it is, Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
Stellar Blade. It is a. They do a model of the person.
Yeah, so Jack, in this game, there's people like, oh God, they're just doing unrealistic body types again. And basically, the girl in the game is a real life girl. It's based on her, and it looks exactly like her. Dimensions are perfect.
Yeah,
Jack-
there's some Asians with big tits,
Yeah.
like Julia.
Jack, you would like this.
You would like her, yeah. But
Yes.
that, of course, the usual suspects, like, how dare they sexualize one? No women actually look like this.
even
Yeah.
to the point where like women will die because of this model.
Yes, yes.
That's so stupid. They've clearly never ever been to Asia, because there's a lot of Asian women that are built like that.
No, man. Any woman that is not Lizzo size is not real. I've learned that from Walmart and the internet.
Yeah, from a bunch of fat people that say this is a real woman that has curves. You don't have curves, you have rolls. Shut up.
Oh boy, a new video game. I can spend more of my worthless life doing nothing productive. You could not play the video game and still not be productive.
Yeah, believe me, it's totally possible.
Thanks, Monkey Boner Loss. I'm not sure when that message came through. I hope it was over big boobs. I like the idea of somebody losing a boner over big boobs. Why are they so obsessed with a reverse Lebensborn? I don't know what that is. This is why, see, reading chat confuses me sometimes.
I know.
It's the opposite, actually. Women will die without attention. I think most people need some attention. But women definitely seem to need more. And we saw what happened when men stopped paying attention to women. We saw that, what's that ugly, nasty bitch from Girls? Lena Dunham.
Dunham, yeah.
The whole thing she did to poor Odell Beckham Jr. He probably didn't look at me because I'm not a model. He wasn't looking at anybody. There were models all over the fucking place. He was playing with his fucking phone. He just didn't care about you at all. He was obsessed or self-absorbed like most of us are. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up here. I am fading fast, so Bubba will have to take a rain check on playing some Phasmo.
You've been fading fast. I faded like 20 hours ago.
You work a normal schedule these days, right? Or keep a regular schedule?
Somewhat.
He didn't look at you because he thought you were a dude. No, he was playing with his phone. He didn't look at anybody. And she was just so offended. That's because I wasn't hot. Like, you're ugly. You go out of your way to be ugly, and then you get mad when people treat you like you're ugly.
Yeah, well, it's a culture of narcissism, so.
We have the weirdest society of don't judge me, but by the way, look at me and tell me how great I am.
Yeah.
Did you see my follow-up DM? I did, Frosted. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are fucking awesome. I'm going to try not to sleep for the next week because I know the CERN collider's going again on the 8th.
God.
We got the eclipse coming as well, and I've caused enough problems.
Yeah.
Also on the 8th, I believe.
Yes. The eclipse, they're doing it on the same day, I think, just to fuck with people.
Probably, but you need to be awake for that entire day, or at least the time of the eclipse.
And we're talking almost 24 hours because I need to hit all of the time zones just to be safe.
Yeah. Well, I don't care about most time zones, so I'm cool with that. But I live in your time zone, so.
But my point being, I mean, it could happen is if it's still the 8th somewhere.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's my point. I don't care about Australia. No offense, guys. But
I was about to say, sorry, Australia. This is probably going to be you.
But the 8th starts in Australia long before it starts here, and I need to be awake. I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out. Jack, anything on the show?
No, I haven't finished anything. I got a bunch of stuff started, so hopefully tomorrow I'll get some stuff done.
Bubba, anything you want to show?
Absolutely not. Except, go watch your cooking shit.
What is it? We're playing Kebab Chef Restaurant Simulator The newest video will go up tomorrow. For the record, I accidentally uploaded a copy of the first episode of that here. And I'm not taking it down. If you want to watch the rest of it, you got to go over to the game channel, Ranting Monkey Games. But Twitch made me log back in, and when I did it, it unhooked my accounts. And so it's like, hey, which account do you want to send this to? And just out of habit, I sent it to the regular Ranting Monkey one instead of Ranting Monkey Games. And so when I transferred it over, I didn't pay any attention to it until Satsu was like, hey, I saw you put the video up. And I went, oh, I should go see how that's doing. So I go to my game channel and it's not there. I'm like, what the fuck? How did he watch it if it's not there? How did he see it? And then I realized, oh, fuck. So it is staying on here. I'm not going to take it down, but if anybody wants to watch the rest of that, me and Satsu did 2 of them together. The one that's going up tomorrow will be me, Satsu, and then Bubba joins about an hour in. Check it out. It was a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun when we play those games together. So everybody, take care of yourselves. Jack, Bubba, a pleasure as always, gentlemen.
Always glad to be here. Thanks for the donations, everybody.
Everyone have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Take care. Bye.
This is the song at the end of the show. When we're done talking about boobs and it's time to go. Just wanted to work boobs into the song for once.